What's going on, team? Johnny here, and this is another recap video. We had an amazing day with the team today. We're going to go ahead and dive into our screen here. Up over 10% for the month of March, and it's only been 8 trading days, up $174, guys. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to go over the trades that we had today, and we're going to learn from our mistakes and from my successes. So if you like that kind of thing, smash the like button and consider subscribing. So we had a great turnout with the live stream today. A lot of chatter, a lot of people talking here today, and it was fun overall. We had a really great time trading. I know I personally did. And guys, if this is your first time watching and you've never watched a live stream, definitely check it out. It was a lot of fun hanging out with everyone today, answering questions, and ultimately making some money. So this is our 8th green day, guys. Yes, that's right. 8th green day in a row. We did lock in about $18.45. Now, with that said, right here, as you can see, SQQQ, we traded this when the market was selling off. And QQQ did, right? Support ranges, resistance ranges. I was having difficulty with a few of these ranges here, and we took advantage. We were able to buy SQQQ at these very low levels, okay? And we called it out. Now, what can we do better? Well, we'll talk about that here in a minute. I'll talk about what I could do better, and that way you guys can learn from my successes and my mistakes, and hopefully I can become a catalyst in your success as a trader. So we came in early morning, okay? We came in early morning. We noticed that QQQ had gapped up tremendously from those lows of around 467 yesterday. Now, we have been trading this every single day. We've been trading SQQQ, as you can see, right? Put my money where my mouth is, right? If that's a saying, but we traded it literally every single day as the market has been selling off. SQQ has been pushing up, and we're taking advantage of this for the simple fact that there is an uptrend, right? We don't like to invest in anything that has a downward trend, because you ultimately can lose money. What we like to do is invest in companies. What I like to do and showcase to our new subscribers and new members, because we have a mix, right, is buy at the lows of $26 and sell at the highs. And in this case, it's actually went from lows of $26 to highs of $40, which is a $13 move. And get this, a 50% profit in about 17 days. Now, easy to say that hindsight. No one knew this was going to go up 50%, and I sure didn't even start trading it till a few days after the move, right? But we've been talking about this market correction for quite some time. I do have videos showcasing us talking about QQQ pushing from 540s down to 490s, and I stated it multiple times. We are due for a correction, and there it is. There's already a 10% correction. It's gotten as low as 14%, okay? And it's below the moving average. We were talking about it maybe possibly touching the moving average here. So it still has a little ways to go before it touches that moving average, okay? And it can still sell off even more. I want you guys to understand that. It could still sell off another, 10 to 15%. Very easily. Another 15% sell-off would be a 30% correction. It'd put us right at $400 for QQQ. So by understanding this period of selling pressure, as you can see, it's been getting rejected from the 200-day moving average. Every time it gets close, it gets rejected. And today we saw that again. It got up to this level here and it got rejected. Now, the only difference is it's no longer really making lower lows. There is this little area of consolidation, about 467, 468, and now we're here around 475, right? So it's no longer making lower lows like it's been doing over the past 17 days. It's now in somewhat of a stage 2 of the 3 stages of reversal, where you have your rejection period, okay? You have your consolidation period, which looks like it's happening right here, okay? And let me put this right here. And then now stage 3, if it eventually goes to sagely after consolidation will be the confirmation period or the uptick. So then we will actually play this on the upswing. But right now we don't want to invest in a company or an ETF or anything that has a downward trend, right? We want our portfolio to grow over time, and this is how we're doing it. So by understanding that this morning QQQ was at these horizontal levels, it was at a very overbought area, and it actually got rejected at 481. During that pre-market session, I then made the educated decision to trade SQQQ. By this selling off, even 1 or 2%, let's say 1%, because that's what I was looking at my take profit, okay, 1.3%, that means SQQQ would have went up 3 times as much. So 3 times as much would have been about, well, 1.5 would have been 3, would have been 4.5%. And that's exactly what we did today. So that's what I was looking at coming into this morning. Of course, the markets are very bearish. We understand that. They have been. But now moving forward, if you're watching this video, that can definitely change. We can start seeing either a rebound like we just stated with the 3 stages of reversal, or we can get rejected. But for today's recap and video, we knew that this was going to be bearish. So I bought 10 shares at $37, about 370 bucks. I bought another 10 shares, another $370 right here, because I noticed it was staying above these moving averages. Now it was below the SMA, right? It was below the moving average, the green line, but I knew that it was also oversold. By identifying these RSI and MACD, we got in for a cheap price. I got another 10 shares at 36.70, which was right here. I'm going to draw a yellow line so you guys can see that. And also you can watch my live stream after this. You can go back and watch me take all of these trades, see my emotions behind the trades, understand when I'm adding, understand why I'm selling, and I talk with everyone and answer questions. So if you want a better understanding of even this specific trade or my style of trading in general, definitely watch that live stream video after this. It's 100% free, and you have access to it 24/7. So buying this dip, I had a nice average down here, 36. I want to say it was like 36.80, or maybe it was like 36.90. It was right around that level, 36.95, maybe something like that. Watch the live stream. But average was right around that area, and as it pushed up, QQQ obviously was selling off. It tested this SMA, which would have considered it being bullish if it held, but it could not hold above that moving average and began to sell off, where we actually capitalized, right? So within, this is 8:30, within 1 hour, we were able to lock in 1%, a little bit more than 1.2% on our accounts. And that's pretty good. We aim for 1% a day, 1 to 2%. That'll give us a 5 to 10% a week return. And as you saw right here at the beginning of this recap, we're up 10% in only 8 days. So, we still have several more trading days to go. I believe there's still 12 more trading days. If we can be up another 10 or, even 15%, then we will have a nice 25 to 35% return this month of March. Okay, so we locked in profits at 37.48. We sold 10 shares. We sold another 10 at 37.57. Okay, so at the 50 mark, basically, we were locking in some profits. We were seeing a lot of rejection at 37.62. So just because I thought that the support was 37.90 does not mean the market has to get up to that level. As you can see, when I zoom out a bit, if we were to draw this golden line at 37.60, you can see, actually we'll draw a red line, okay? You can see here there was a lot of support or resistance in that level pre-market. So that actually came right up to there and got rejected. We held through this cycle, went back up, rejected, back up, rejected. And because it got rejected so many times and it was so close to the moving average, I didn't feel comfortable holding it anymore, and that's okay. I ended up selling at that breakout of 37.85. I sold way up here. We're gonna do a yellow line again, okay, to showcase that trade. Okay, so yellow line. So we sold up here. So we bought way down here, 37.90s. We sold up here, 37, like somewhere right around here, 36.90. Okay, so that's a nice little area, about 1%, right? 2.5%. And that's where we sold, 37.85. Now I did notice it pushing up, right? It pushed up above this red resistance line, which was a nice breakout. I bought more. I bought another 10 shares at $38 and another 7 at $37.95. So I had a nice average of 30, I think it was right at $38. Had an average. Now it dipped below that moving average, that 9 EMA, and had a nice big red candle. I actually sold, lost about $1.50. So we went from being up $20 to $22 to actually losing a buck or two, right? Now, what could I have done better? Well, easy. I could have definitely held longer, as this was showing signs of it still, the direction was still in favor of SQQQ, right? It never broke this 45-day moving average in this cycle. Now, it did break it now, right? So by knowing that, we could have actually maybe bought more on the dip. You know, we bought the breakout, maybe waited a little longer, buy down here at the dip, 37.76. We had a good average at $38, and again, we sold at 37.89, right at this level here, right as it broke this, what I would have said was a support, right? It would have been a support. It broke it, and so I got out, managed my risk. Now, if we could have held it just a little longer, would have pushed up to that 38.77 mark, and we would have made another $1 per share, and another 20 bucks or so on that trade, resulting in a more of like a $40 day. Even here, selling 30 shares down at 37.50, and knowing this could have went up another $1.25 per share, that would have been an additional $35, $35 to $40 on top of 40. This could have very easily been an $80 day, and now that we know that, we can be better moving into tomorrow morning, where we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to trade live. And I give you guys our updates, not only with the live stream here showcasing, when we're buying, when we're selling, asking questions, and, following along while I trade, but we also give everyone live updates here in the Discord. So if you guys ever want to check it out, you can. Oh, let me pop this up a little bit more. There we go. That's a little bit better. You can. We have 50 active members right now, like in the Discord, but we have over 600 members now, close to 1,000. 1,000 will be our goal for the end of March. So it's 100% free, lifetime access. Get in while you can. But I also give you my updates. I share with you every trade I take. Like this day, again, we traded SQQQ, bought low, sold at some of these resistance, and if we would have held, easy $100, $200 day. I missed out on that one. I show you, I give you updates of current market. Here's another trade where we bought down here, we sold up here. Another one we bought down at these levels, sold up here at these levels. And we do this every single day, right? I showcase that to you. Today we are on our 8th consecutive green day in a row by understanding key levels such as support and resistance for the day, overall direction using moving averages and indicators. And there are so many areas I can improve on. Today is holding my winners longer. Again, it's something that I continue to fail at when trying to be a better trader, right? I want to showcase the best possible trader I can be, not only for myself, but for you as well, to learn from my successes and my mistakes. So by missing out every day on 2 or even 3 times my take profits can be just as mentally exhausting as losing money every day, right? They're kind of 2 different worlds. I also need to remind myself that there is nothing wrong with locking in profits and staying consistently green. Day after day is far more important than being greedy and trying to maximize every trade, and then it goes against me and I actually lose money and I actually get more discouraged. So I also took a second trade and over trading, right? I overtraded slightly today, resulting in my second trade being a small little loss. But overall, it was still a good trade, right? And I enjoyed trading with you guys. I enjoy showing up every day, buying at these low levels at support, selling at those first signs of resistance, and then taking this secondary trade for that breakout. Again, being more patient with the trade I had could have resulted in more profits than taking a second trade, getting nervous and getting out, right? Even being more patient on my second trade could have resulted in more profits as well. Patience is very important when entering and exiting a position, letting the markets showcase every day exactly where they are, right? Where are you today in the market? Where have you been as far as yesterday morning, as far as key levels? And where can you potentially go? Can you bounce off of previous support levels? Can you bounce off of previous resistance levels? Yes, and we saw that today. If we take this one away, this was a textbook setup. Textbook, guys. Look at the resistance, okay? We had resistance pre-market at $38. We had previous support. Well, support was a little unknown. Okay, support was a bit unknown until, again, right at open, it showed us where the support was. Right here at pre-market, it showed us support at 36.50s and it showed us resistance at 38.81. So before I even took the trade, I understood where those two levels were. And by understanding that there was more upside profit buying at 36.60s, 36.70s even, a perfect trader 36.50 off of that bounce to 38.80s, right? A perfect trader could have made $2.28 per share. 100 shares of this, $220. And 100 shares wouldn't be a lot of money. It'd be about $3,600. Now that's a 6% move in a single day when, guess what, guys? The markets are barely up 1%. And if you didn't buy, right? Say you bought here hoping to make money, it's going to go up. Well, you were risking far more money to make a half a percent point. It's actually down right now, 0.33%. So you'd still be down from your trade this morning if you didn't sell at these lows, resulting in a 1.5% sell-off. So by understanding this awesome area, range trading, previous support and resistance, this was textbook. It doesn't always play out like this every day, but when it does, it's amazing because look at my risk. If my risk is, say I buy even at $37, I buy at 37, I understand I'm risking 50 cents a share. So say on 100 shares, I'm risking, maybe $50 and resulting in a 5% profit. Okay, so I'm risking, I'm risking maybe 1%, 1 to 1.5% to make 5%. So now I understand, okay, I'm risking 50 cents to make almost $2, okay, per share. Now, does that sound good? Now, obviously, you want to get your share price even lower. If you can get down here, 36.60, and get a great entry at 36.60, and you risk to 36.50, now you're only risking 10 cents per share. 10 cents on 100 shares is $10, okay? So yeah, I'm trading with, say, $3,000 on my position, but do you think I'm risking all $3,000? It would have to go down 100% to lose $3,000. So I'm risking less than 0.2%, right? So less than 1%, 10 cents per share, $10 to make, look at this, 6%, $2.23. So I'm gonna risk 10 cents to make $2.25. And I think once you start learning about risk management and entry and exit levels, opportunity cost versus your risk, then that's when you can start being a more successful trader as well. That's when we can start making really good money here. And we're risking very little, right? So over the last few days, I feel like I've done a great job by getting in at lower entry levels and selling at resistance, first signs of resistance, and locking in profits. What I can do better though is definitely um, being a little more patient, waiting a little bit more on those trades that are in my favor. I can continue to talk about indicators, moving averages, but until you actually see me trade live and then even do it yourself, um, you know, it's something that you can only experience doing it, right? Like you can watch someone play basketball and you could critique someone playing basketball and like, oh, you should have did this, you should have did that, you should have went around the other player this way. You can critique anyone. You can critique people who dance, people who play sports, people who trade stocks, right? Oh, you should have bought here, you should have bought there. But until you're in it and you're actually doing it, it's a different experience, especially with emotions. So I capture all that in my live stream, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found, a piece of information in this today that will help you in some way. And if you feel like, I earned your support and I earned your thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up. And also consider subscribing and joining our Discord. It's 100% free, lifetime access. You will not be disappointed. We go live every single day. We have a ton of community members that trade in different ways, not just my style of trading and not just stocks. Trade options, futures, a ton of different things, guys. So definitely connect with me and others in the Discord, and we'll see you all in tomorrow morning's live day trading session at Market Open. Don't be late. Just kidding. See you later.